What's up, gamers? Can you hear me? Let's hope that I've got the settings right this time. I'm not muted for the first 20 minutes. Beautiful. Loud and clear. Wonderful. Let me know if there's any issues with the sound, like the music, the rain. Obviously I want some ambiance in here, but I don't want anything drowning out my voice. So if you have any issues with that, let me know. But I have sound tested within an inch of my life, so hopefully everything's good, but obviously let me know. Mats, yeah, I know. I was going for something more wholesome. But when I was looking up different solo TTRPGs, this was like very tantalizing to me. So I just decided to change gears. It is like a tragic game by its nature. So I hope everybody is ready for that. But it seems really cool, and it's a lot of really fun storytelling elements, but it's also very simple, which I personally love. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Poison, I hope you have the best oatmeal. What, yeah, I said tantalizing. What do you put in your oatmeal? I want to know if the ingredients are the same as like we do it here. Ooh, vanilla cinnamon and ground cinnamon? Are those two different ingredients? Ground cinnamon? Yeah. Cinnamon with 2 N's, I think. And salt. And sugar and honey. Boy, you got like all the like seasonings on there. Vanilla, do you do like vanilla extract? Or is it like vanilla bean? Both cinnamon and ground cinnamon. Okay, well, I don't know what just regular cinnamon is, because we just have like ground cinnamon. It's like the powdered stuff. But like we have cinnamon sticks, but those are not edible. Hello everybody coming in. Savannah, Spookster? Is that how you say it? Gemini. What's up, everybody? Melancholy Melody. Anything is edible if you try hard enough. Well, true, but probably not best for your health or your dental. Okay, wait. Okay. So do you cook it with a cinnamon stick in? Do you eat the cinnamon stick, Poison? That's what I need to know. Spookster, I pronounced it perfectly. Good. Okay, you don't eat it. Great, perfect. That's good to know. I'm excited for this, you guys. I am a little nervous because I have not played it myself before. I have only like read about these things, and they've always sounded fun, but I've never gotten around to actually playing a solo TTRPG on my own, or at all, because on my own is the only way to play it, because it is a solo game. It's in the name. But I think it's gonna be good. I have gone over the rules as thoroughly as I know how, which is pretty thoroughly because I don't like to leave loose ends or anything like that. But I'll run you guys through a little bit of a basic general idea of how the game works and what you're going to be looking at. I will have a copy of the PDF and the like notes page visible for you guys once I start playing. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I think that the story is probably gonna like just carry us right along. You can't eat cinnamon sticks? No. Well, I mean, you can try. They're really, really hard though. Like, they're really hard. And you don't have to ask me how I know that. They're just I just don't think you should eat them. They're actually bark. I just learned that recently. They're bark from a cinnamon tree. So they like peel the bark up and then it hardens, and that's what the cinnamon stick is. So I guess you can't eat some bark, but it's probably not good for your teeth. If it's RPG, does chat get a say in some choices? Maybe. If you guys throw some stuff out there, like, and I will say this off the bat, like, in good faith, in an honest storytelling way. Matt, stop talking about eating trees right now. Like, I don't know. I want to be true to the story, and like, I think that silliness has its place, but I also don't want to be like doing silly shit with like a serious story. So if you guys have ideas, if I come to a spot where I'm not really sure which direction I want to take, you know, if you guys are throwing stuff out there, I'll probably reference the chat. I don't know. I think we'll just kind of see how it goes, and just see where the wind takes us. You're gonna eat it for $5? I don't think that's worth it. I think you should up that a little bit, because you're gonna need to use that to pay for your dental appointment. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta go get a coaster. I'll be right back. Yeah, darling, don't try to eat cinnamon sticks. That's not what they're for. A new cinnamon challenge. No, you guys, no. This is not what we want. We're not doing cinnamon eating challenges. God, the first one was bad enough. I never did it. Did anybody do the first cinnamon challenge? I just feel like that would be so miserable. You'd get it up your nose, and it just like burns. It burns so bad. It just would not be fun. Yeah, smart. Value your taste buds. Yep. Likewise. Yeah, I spent the rest of the day in the bathroom. That sounds about right. One other thing about, oh man, we have so many smart people in the chat. I love this. I love knowing that all your guys' friends did it and you never did it. That's what I love to hear. We're not the followers, right, guys? The lions do not concern themselves with the opinions of people who eat cinnamon. I have changed my sound settings on my mic to like hopefully cut out any like background noise, because I have a lot of construction going on near my house. So if I am like, if my voice is like, if I'm starting to cut out because I'm like leaning too far from the mic or something, feel free to let me know and I'll make sure to fix that. Yeah, I feel like if you love cinnamon, you can't do the cinnamon challenge because it would like kill your love of it. Hello, Train Cookie. Welcome. Gabby, did you do the cinnamon challenge? Please tell me you didn't do it. See? You're smart. You are among the chosen few. How much time should I give it? I'll give it till 11:05 my time. I'll give it one more minute and to get everybody in here, and then we'll start like going with the game, and I'll explain stuff. I'll tell you guys what, I was planning out the last little bit of my character last night, and I had dreams about her all night. It was a little stressful. I kept having stress dreams that I like was not playing it correctly, and I couldn't get past like a certain point in her timeline, which is like not at all how the game works. But it's been on my mind. The actual stick probably would be as bad if you're trying to like actually chew it. It'd like break your freaking teeth. I just feel like, just generally, you mix cinnamon with a little bit of sugar and you put it on your toast or your oatmeal and you live happily ever after. That's what you do. Yes. Let's go, stress dreams. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, stress dream gang. I am forever having stress dreams about everything, honestly. Yeah, you can eat licorice sticks. They also have like candy sticks. Like they have, you know how they make like peppermint sticks? They also have sticks that are just like other flavors, like cherry and watermelon and all that stuff. No, I'm not good. I'm not good. Thank you for asking. No, I am. I'm totally fine. I just have, for some reason, like the most insane dream brain. Like I will have the most vivid dreams always, all the time, forever. I can't remember like a time in my life when I didn't have incredibly vivid dreams. A little bit of sugar does not compute. You know what? So fair. That's so fair. I don't, you're an outlier though, I think. You're an outlier and should not be counted. Well, listen, your name is Call Me Darling. What else am I supposed to call you, you know? You just black out. You know what, Mats? I think that's a separate problem. I think you and I are traumatized in opposite ways. Hello, ad user 9. Welcome to the chat. Oh, it's 11:06. Okay. All right, we're gonna dive in. Let me switch the screen. Okay, I'm gonna start with this disclaimer, content warning. Okay, it's switching over. I'm just gonna read this for you. This is in the game module, and so it's directed towards me, the player, but it is obviously relevant for everybody who's watching this. So I'm just gonna read this out for you. While playing this game, you will encounter themes of death, selfishness, and predation. Your character may be injured, victimized, trapped, or killed. Your character will murder and victimize people of all sorts, possibly including children, animals, loved ones, marginalized people, or themselves. You might find yourself exploring themes of imperialism, colonialism, or oppression. Characters might engage in self-harm or drug abuse. Illness, debilitation, and body horror may come into play. Your character may have their memories altered. They will certainly forget important things. Some of this will emerge from the prompts. Some will emerge from the choices you make as a player. This is a personal, challenging game for mature adults. Please play hard, but stay aware of yourself and your feelings. So that goes for all of you. If anything gets too heavy, feel free to excuse yourself from the chat, take breaks, mute it, walk away, you know, take a lap, whatever it is you need to do. I want this to be a fun, enjoyable time for everybody, and you know, this stuff can get pretty heavy. I'm going to do my best not to make it excessively dark. I'm not really that kind of a person, but I do think it's important to, you know, tell the story the way that it wants to be told. And in glancing through some of the prompts in the module itself, you know, these darker decisions are kind of required. So yeah, so everybody just like keep an eye out for yourself, and do what you need to do to stay safe. Alrighty, so okay, 1 second. Just need to make sure these are updating. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty, so I'm gonna walk you guys through the basics of this game, and what you guys can expect. So the game is about a single character that I'm going to be creating and playing. and that is the titular 1,000-year-old vampire. There are various aspects, and I'll just pull up this part of the PDF, that I will be working with to progress the game. So my character will have memories, skills, resources, characters, and marks. The memories are going to, I get 5 memories, and each memory is composed of 3 experiences, and all of this is going to be written down. So we'll be cross-referencing things like crazy as we go. Part of the gameplay is that the vampire will eventually begin to lose memories because I can only have 5 memories at a time. Those memories will be struck out when I no longer have them, and I can no longer reference them for the vampire's way of life, the way that they conduct themselves. Those memories will no longer come into play. Skills are things that I am able to do because of, at the start of the game, I have, a specifically built out character who is going to be able to do certain things based on her background. Same thing with resources. Resources are physical objects. They can be, anything from a fleet of warships to a knife, a whole range of things that my character could ostensibly have. And then throughout the game, the prompts will either give or take away different skills and resources. If we come to a point where I am required to get rid of a skill, but I don't have one, then I will have to get rid of a resource instead. And vice versa, if I have to get rid of a resource, but I don't have one, I have to take a skill. If it gets to the point where I don't have any skills or resources to take, and I am supposed to get rid of one, that is the end of the game. That is where I have to determine, based on the prompt, how my character dies, essentially, or what happens to them to bring about their demise. And there's apparently also prompts that can actually end the game itself. Let's see what else. So there's characters. I have built 3 characters for my player, and once we get through this, I'm going to scroll down on this document, and you'll see everything that I've built out thus far. Characters are obviously people that I know in real life, and they can be mortal or immortal. Immortals can be other vampires, angels, demons, the undead, any number of things that I might pick up off the top of my head, just other creatures or entities to whom time has little meaning. And then mortals are mortal human beings. And then the marks, I think I will get more eventually, but the beginning mark is the physical trait that I receive after I am turned into a vampire. So the game starts upon my being turned into a vampire, and I have that all planned out as well. And then the game will proceed with dice rolls. So I will roll a d6 and a d10, and I will subtract the amount of the d6 from the d10. Whatever that number is the amount of hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. So there's prompts. There is a whole book of prompts for this game. And the prompts are what are going to determine what I do next and what I write about, basically. Each of the prompts will have cause me to create an experience, and experiences are the little events that go into the memories. I hope I'm not confusing you guys really bad. It's gonna make sense once we start playing and once you see the sheet, but I just wanted to give you all this context before we get going. But so with the prompts, I'll roll the dice. The number that I end up with is the number that I move forward or back with the different prompts. So if I start on prompt 1 and I roll I have a dice roller here actually, and I roll a 2, then I will go to prompt 3, and then I'll answer that prompt and then roll again and move on from there. And then so on and so forth until the game is over. I am going to try to play this so that we can get through an entire game in a span of 2 to 4 hours. If that's not possible, just based on how this goes, this will probably be divided up into 2 different streams. Okay. The die won't roll off my desk, Abby. Don't worry, because I have a a digital dice roller. Sorry, Poison, I know this is a lot. I'm just like doing my best to throw out the different elements so that when I say these things, you guys will recognize them. But I think it's going to make more sense as we go along. So, without further ado, I'm going to tell you guys what we've got. Is this updating? Okay, I'm scrolling on the document. It's not showing that it's scrolling on my stream. Come on, you motherfucker. Okay. There we go. All right, so my character's name is Astrid Adelsdottir. She is a Dane living in the 10th century. Her skills are singing and weaving, and she is unafraid of confrontation. Her resources, she has a hand loom because she's a weaver. She has a stone with a hole drilled through the center, and it used to be my mother's pendant, but the leather cord broke, so I kept the stone on its own. She also has a beautiful bone-handled knife that her father gave her at the end of his Viking days. So I am daughter of Adels and Vigdis. I am a Dane merchant, a cloth weaver, and a trader, and I am settled on a Norse trade route in Mercia around the start of the 10th century, around 915 AD. The mortals in my life who are closest to me are my father, Adels, who is a weather-beaten and good-natured old man. He is a former Viking, but he stopped his Viking career after he lost his leg in battle. He is my best friend and my closest confidant. My older sister, Asa, who is sweet and frivolous, and I have always been her protector instead of the other way around. And Henri Vanier, Asa's husband, a gentleman, he's from Mercia, but sometimes too gentle, and I fear he will not protect my sister if the need ever arises. So, in the initial building out of this character, this is what I put together. The skills, the resources, the mortals in my life, and then it also has me build out my initial memories. So I'll read those as well. So memory one, or my initial, rather, experiences. So each memory, as you can see, has these 3 points. Each of the 3 points is an experience. Once a memory has 3 experiences all written out, I can no longer add any additional experiences to that memory. The memories are also grouped by experiences that are linked to one another thematically, maybe because of the character that's involved in the experiences, the resource or the skill that's involved in the experiences, whatever that is, that's going to unfold. So it's okay if that doesn't make sense. It's all going to come together as we play. So my first memory, my first experience, I am Astrid, daughter of Adels and Vigdis. I am a Dane merchant, a cloth weaver, and a trader, and I have settled on a North trade route in Mercia around the start of the 10th century. My mother was the most skilled weaver in our clan. She taught me all she knew, including every song she'd ever heard. My sister has always had frail health and a weak temperament, so though I was born after she, I have been her constant ally and protector since I could walk. Memory 4, when my mother died, the very heart of our family shattered. I keep the stone from her necklace tucked close to my body always in hopes that someday I might feel her warmth in it again. So these are my 4 defining life memories. My 5th memory is based around when I was transformed into the vampire. So that night, this is not written down, but I want to give you this backstory because this is what I was stressing about last night and I want to put it to use. My father, my sister, her husband, and I have been settled at this trading post that the Norse, for many years before us, settled. We all came down here after my mother died. I was 26 at the time of her passing. I am 29 years old now. We came down here to start a new life because when she died, there was nothing left for us in our homeland. And we found peace here. My sister met the man that she married, and we have made a quaint and peaceful living for ourselves. I weave every day. I visit the local village of the native Mercians, and they are kind. I met an old woman, an old blind Russian woman, who heard me sing in the market one day and asked me to come to her home and to sing her every song I knew. And she's asked me to come back more than once, and I do as often as I can. I enjoy her presence, I enjoy her company. She is strange. She's sort of an outcast in the village, but she is kind, and I figure singing reminds me of my mother and brings me close to her. So there's no harm in doing it. One evening, we discovered that not everyone is as friendly to the Norse settlers as we were led to believe. We know that our forebears have been violent in some places and have sacked certain towns and monasteries and have earned a dark reputation for that reason. But we thought that we had established enough of a reputation in this area that those sins had perhaps been forgiven. But it seems that that is not the case. One night, raiders attacked our settlement. It all happened so quickly. I was just coming back from Toshka's house, and it was dark, and I saw the flickering of torches, and it wasn't until I got closer that I could hear the screams, and I broke into a run. I was determined to find my sister. I knew that if something bad was happening, she needed to get out. She wouldn't be able to hold her own or stand up for herself. But I'm no warrior. I was not trained in the way of the Vikinger. I did not do what I went there to do. I was taken by surprise. I was taken unawares by a man with a club. And those are the only things that I know about him, because I saw his face in the torchlight and I saw his club swinging towards me, and that is all I remember until I woke up. When I woke up, Toshka was kneeling over me, and something was deeply, deeply wrong. I was alive, and for that I suppose I should be grateful to her. But I fear that death would have been a preferable option. In the light of the sun, I have found something terribly wrong with my body. There is a dark and mottled bruise running all along the right side of my body, the side that I fell on when the man struck me. I do not know why it is there. I do not know why it is not going away, but I fear that it may be permanent. So that is my mark. And now I am changed. There's something different about me. There's something terrible. And I don't understand it, and I am afraid. But I need to find my family. I don't know where they went after the raid. I did not find anyone's bodies. But this is where we start. So I'm going to go to the first prompts page. Marks. Sorry. So this is further down than I thought. There we go. Okay. So, I'm going to roll my little dice. Got a 3 and a 4. So 4 minus 3 is 1. So the rules are that you start at 1 and then you count from there. So I'm going to go to 2. Oh, that's 3. Low. Oh. Sorry, these pages kind of jump. And then I'm just gonna make note of what the prompts are down here. Let's start with 2. And I'm just gonna, I've seen other people in their playthroughs date their moments. So I'm gonna say that this was around, I'm gonna set it in like 920 AD. So, horrified at your new nature, you withdraw from society. Damn it. Sorry guys, I don't know why the things are not updating. Here we go. Okay, so second prompt. That should update. There it goes. Okay, so horrified at your new nature, you withdraw from society. Where do you hide? How do you feed? Create a stationary research which shelters you. So, I've searched for my family. I don't know where they went. I did not see their bodies after the raid. But there is something dark and terrible inside of me. I go to Toshka first because I don't know what to do, and she was there when I awoke, and she seems to know something about what's happening. But she wants to have nothing to do with me, and I can't understand why. She says that she gave me the gift of my life, and that is all she can give me. So, feeling that there is something dangerous inside me, understanding that there is something wrong with me based on this burning hunger that I feel, I know that I must seclude myself. That is the first thing that I must do. So I just find a cave. I find a cave that is miles away from the local village. And I go there and I feed on the creatures that live there, the frogs, the bats, the rats, anything that I can find. It is not much. It is not enough. But I feed on them as best I can. So the prompt says, create a stationary resource which shelters you. So my stationary resource will be a cave. And I seclude myself in a cave far from the local village and trading post. Oh, you know what? Okay, so there's different ways to do the journaling. I can do longer journal entries and have them be separate. But I also have to add them to the memories. That's also part of what the prompts are, is that you create a new experience with every prompt. So I'll just say alive but not well, desperately hungry. I find shelter in a cave miles from civilization. And I find my sustenance feeding on vermin and small creatures, bats, rats, frogs, anything alive that I can get my hands on. Okay, so we'll roll again. We get a 6 minus 3, so we'll go forward to prompt 5. Okay. Oh boy. You murder someone you love or respect rather than let them expose you. Kill a character, check a skill. If you have no living characters, kill no one and create a beloved mortal character you have betrayed. Okay. So when it says check a skill, it means that I have to use one of the skills on my list to do this thing, to fill this prompt. Damn. This sucks. Okay. My sister finds me. I don't know how. She must have talked to Tashka, or that's the only thing I can think of because Tashka's the only one who knows where I am. And she comes to find me in my cave, and I am hideous. I am a monster. I know that. I know that with certainty. I don't understand what is happening to me, but I know that it is monstrous. And my poor, frail sister comes to find me. And I've spent my whole life protecting her. So I know what it is to protect someone. I know what it is to protect something. Something precious. And she sees me, and she is afraid. And I know that she has every right to be afraid of me. I would be afraid of me. I know I am a monster. But there's something in the way that she looks at me that creates something terrible inside of me, that wakes up something terrible inside of me. I am suddenly the one who must be protected. She is afraid, and I know that if she leaves this cave, she will find Henri, she will find my father, and she will tell them what I've become, and they will find others, and they will come, and they will destroy me. And they cannot destroy me. I have died once already. I will not die again. So I stop her. And it's easy, because she is so frail. She has never been strong. She's not strong like I am. I stop her. I break her neck. I hide her body in the back of the cave. So we're going to cross out Asa. Going to cross out Unafraid of Confrontation. Maybe use that skill. So she's dead. Moving on to the next prompt. Here we go. Is this broken? Why does it keep giving me threes? Okay, it's not broken. It's fine. So I got a 9 and a 3. That is a 6. So we'll move ahead to prompt 11. Hold on a sec. Okay. Okay, wait a second. So, okay. So I guess there's a difference between losing a skill and checking a skill. So I'm just going to check this skill. I'm going to put an X next to the skill and say that I have used it, but I have not lost it. Okay. How do you find solace from the raging hunger within you? You may lose one checked or unchecked skill. Only child core? What, murdering a sibling? The way I find solace from the raging hunger within me is by screaming. I can't help myself. I know that it is wrong. I know that it is drawing attention. I know that it is going to frighten anyone who comes within the vicinity. But I can't help it. There is something terrible inside me trying to get out, and screaming and screaming and screaming is the only way I know how to let it out. So anytime I am not feeding, I am screaming. And that destroys my singing voice. I can no longer sing. So So, let's see. I will say that in my fury and my torment, all I can do anymore is scream. There are no songs left in me, and even if there were, I would not be able to find them again, because I have destroyed my vocal cords. Hit the Wicked riff one final time. The Wicked battle cry is gone forever. Okay. Rolling again. We've got a 4 and a 7. Leaves us with 3. So we'll go ahead to 14. Let's see, an enemy character uses a lost resource to turn your few friends against you. Check 3 skills to regain the resource. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get a different prompt because that doesn't really fit. I don't have any lost resources. We're gonna try this one again. Okay. Rolled a 6 and a 5, so if the d10 comes out to being lower than the d6, I subtract that, so we go back, so that's a -1. I'm gonna go to 10. Oh, son of a bitch! Oh, man! The stars pinwheel above you in the night. The seasons are a blur. You are as an automaton, unconscious of the passage of decades. A century passes. Strike out a memory. Strike out all mortal characters. Damn. Okay. Mortal characters. Gone. Shit. I'm gonna strike out my first memory. Everything that I knew about me, about who I am, my parents, my livelihood, it's all gone. Okay, this blows. This really blows. Alrighty. Let's do this again. Alright, we got a 4 minus 1. I'm going ahead to 13. Was I already on? Generation of the same family serve you. Servitors of the lineage. Alright, okay. Let's see. Okay, Poison, I'll do it. The line starts from any living mortal character. We don't have any of those. Or the descendants of a dead mortal character. What bizarre rituals do they tie to their servitude? Okay, let's think. Descendants of a dead mortal character. Well, I killed my fucking sister and my dad died. Let's think. I'm gonna say... Yeah, sister's baby. I think that's the move. I think we'll metagame this a little bit and say that Asa had a baby, maybe like just prior to her death. her death. Let's put that in passive tone, yeah? So rumors of the one who screams spread through Mercia. No one is brave enough to come and actually investigate this cave, but all kinds of fascinating stories spring up around it. I'm going to, let's see, lose a resource. I'm losing the hand loom because that shit rotted away forever ago. There is a tie to this lore from the family of the Vaniers, who the eldest living son never knew his mother, but his father told him terrible stories of the creature, the thing in the cave that killed their mother. And from their father's fear and from his ingrained superstitions, this idea, this belief comes about that if they will offer sacrifices and penance to this thing, whatever it is, that the remainder of their bloodline will be spared. They know that they are somehow tied to this thing, but Henri never told them what it was, and he died long ago, so that secret went with him to his grave. But the tradition of giving these sacrifices continues. So the rituals, let's see. So lost that resource, and then I have servitors of lineage. Her children and her children's children fear, worship me, bring blood sacrifices. I would say every full moon, because that's the kind of freaky shit people get into. The offerings vary. Sometimes it is buckets of blood. Sometimes it is live animals. On occasion, it has been live people. The latter of which has pleased me greatly. So that's awesome and fucked up. I always misspell occasionally. I can't do it. Okay, exciting. Let's roll again. We got a 6 and we have an 8, so that's 2. Moving ahead to 15. Okay, while traveling, you come into conflict with another immortal. Gain a mark. Who are they? What trick did you play upon them? Create a new immortal character. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, maybe they're fair virgins. Who knows? Okay. Let's see here. Come into conflict with another immortal. What do we think? Oh my fucking god. Not edamame. Okay, alright. Let's see. Alright, so while traveling... So I get bored of my cave. It's nice. It's nice that that I get my blood delivered to me. It's nice to know that people fear me for the monster that I am. But I get tired of it. I begin traveling. I leave the cave behind, and I wonder how long it will be until they stop leaving blood sacrifices there, until they, not Uber Eats, oh my god, until they realize that I'm gone, or if they will leave sacrifices until the end of time, because that's just how superstitions are. People are afraid. So I leave my cave. And let's see, where do I go? I travel to, I'm gonna travel west. No, east. Travel into Germania. Wait, Lady Domitresk, do we know what her nationality is? Is she from anywhere? Or sorry, are the games set even in like our world? I feel like Domitresk is like something specific. Hang on, I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it, everyone. Bye, Mats. Have a great time at class and seeing the Huz. I don't know what that means, but have a good time. Where's Lady Domitresk from? Okay, Eastern Europe. Romania and Transylvania. Okay, yeah. All right. So I travel east. And in a dark forest, we are the vampire. In a dark forest, a very haunted forest, something that seems to finally contain something more monstrous than me, I encounter a very tall, very frightening woman. I come into conflict with them. She doesn't like that I'm on her territory. She doesn't like that I don't want to be her plaything. I still remember something about protecting the thing that I am. So we get into a fight. It doesn't go well for me. And she leaves me with a series of massive claw marks raked across my abdomen. And they are claw marks that, even when they heal, are deep and red. They close over, they're no longer bleeding, but they don't scar properly for some reason. And they are painful. In the rules it says that I am not required to answer everything in the prompt, so I'm skipping the "what trick did you play" on them, because I don't think I played any trick. I was just like, fuck you, and she was like, I'll kill you actually, and that's what happened. Let's see, rolling again. Got 3 and 4, so move forward 1. All right, yay! Some mortals have banded together to hunt you, well armed and wise to your tricks. How do you defeat or evade them? Create a mortal hunter related to one of your checked skills. Check a skill. Okay, let's see. Who's Trevor Belmont? Wait, why do I know that name? Trevor Belmont. Is he a character? He's a character in something, isn't he? Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna say create a mortal hunter related to one of your checked skills. So I only have one checked skill, so what I'm gonna do with this is say unafraid of confrontation. So this mortal hunter is, thanks for tuning in, Gemini. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Throw out some names for me, folks. What should this guy's name be? Let's look up a Romanian name. Wait, I actually have a page for this. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna refresh that actually. There we go. The sacred text indeed. Let's see. Romanian names. I'm gonna call him Ivan. Ivan is a great name. Just right off the bat. So Ivan the Hunter, that's how I know him. He is aware that I am unafraid of confrontation, and so he knows not to meet me head on with brute force. So he is a sly and cunning hunter who uses traps and guerrilla tactics to hunt me. I spelled gorilla. Let's see. How do I defeat or evade them? So as I said, I am not a fighter. I am going to oh, I can add a new memory. Oh, I can have 5 memories, so I can add a new one. Memory 6. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna say I have never been a warrior, and that won't change now. And Ivan and his band of hunters come after me and prove to be wise to my ways. I flee. I flee. I flee north. Because my instincts carry me north, and I don't know why, but they just do. And so I follow them. Oh, and then check a skill. I don't really have like a relevant skill for this. Can I say, you know what? Let's just say that I tried like fighting back against them with like nets and ropes that I wove. And I use my weaving skill for that. Ivan is the most common Slavic name. I know. That's why I picked it. Ivan the Hunter. Everybody knows where he's from. Okay, we're rolling again for a new prompt. Ooh, we get to go backwards this time. So I rolled a 6 and a 3, so that's a -3. Oh, we go back to 13. Okay, so when we go back to another prompt, there are 3 sections for each prompt, so I get to go to the second one. Oh boy, okay. Your servants are numerous, enthusiastic, and sometimes useless. Create a skill based on a memory. This is a skill used to control them. Okay, alright, let's see. I'm gonna say that the cult, the servitors of the lineage, has spread far beyond any actual blood ties that they had to the Vaniers. My cult has grown. Everyone, like, it is cross borders. The myth of me and the various sightings that people have experienced throughout the years have passed on and been embellished and grown into stories of legend. So the servitors of the lineage are far-flung. I don't realize this until I flee for my life to the north and I end up in, let's say, Denmark. So when I arrive in Denmark, I bring with me these signs of my existence, of who I am, and that I am there because of my hunting style and the screams that follow me everywhere. People have come to recognize them and to listen for them, so that they know that I am present. So create a skill based on a memory, and this is a skill you use to control them. Create a skill. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I will say that it is a shrieking siren song, hypnotic and dangerous. So I can use my voice that used to be a beautiful melodic singing voice that has turned into this mangled, horrific tool, and I can use it to command and manipulate my followers, even beyond the bounds of language. They hear the different noises that I make, and they fall into this sort of trance and follow my every whim, essentially. And create a skill based on this memory. Yeah, so that's what I use to manipulate them. So I will add this to this sixth memory. My mangled singing voice becomes a powerful tool, charged by my mystical nature, and I am able to use my broken shrieks to hypnotize and command my followers. Alrighty. Rolling the dice. Got a 5 and an 8. It's 3. What are we on? 13. So I think we're going back to 16. We went 3 back and then 3 forward. Okay. So now we've done 16 already, so we're going to go to the second part of this one. The hunters are persistent, capable, and well-informed. They know things about you that you don't. Create a mark that is revealed in a confrontation. You are driven into hiding in an unpeopled wasteland. Lose any stationary resources. Learn a new skill related to this desolate region. What new name comes to you in loneliness? Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay. So I have lost my cave. I honestly feel like I lost my cave a long time ago, but whatever. things about you that you don't. Okay, what do they know about me that I don't? What if I struck out? Mark that is revealed in a confrontation. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna say, for the sake of the story, that I have forgotten my sister as well. I do not know what my first kill was, but the hunters do, because it was documented. You know what, I'm gonna say that Henri wrote down what happened, and he kept the account secret because he was something of a coward, and he thought that if he spread the story of my atrocity, that I would come for him specifically. So instead what he did was he created this cult of fear with his children, of this thing that should be feared, but they never knew why. So he had this documented somewhere. These hunters found it, and they used that to find me, to understand my tactics, to basically do research on me, knowing things that I don't even know about myself. So what they know about me that I don't know is who I killed when I was changed into this monster. Create a mark that is revealed in a confrontation. So I'm gonna say so that stone that I had from my mother, it was not the only pendant she owned. She wore 2, and they were representative of her children, her daughters. And when Asa died, right, I know I said that I tucked her body in the back of the cave. Let's just say I killed her and I threw her body out because whatever. Henri found her body. She was still wearing the pendant. And so he kept that, and he kept that with the tome, where he chronicled everything that happened with me, the monster, the killer of his wife, during his lifetime. So when the hunters found the book, they also found the stone that my sister wore that was from our mother. And I am going to say, I feel like I might be misinterpreting this prompt. I don't care. The rules say don't overthink it, so I'm just running with it. They use that stone in a sling as ammunition. They're in a desperate place. I am gaining the upper hand because in my age I am growing stronger and stronger. And they use that stone to strike me in the skull. And it does not kill me, but it does embed itself in my head. And I'm gonna say that that is the mark. Obviously I flee the fight after that happens. I am grievously injured, but I don't have the wherewithal to remove it or the tools, and I don't know if I do, if it will be worse to have an open wound. So I kind of just leave it in there. And it's, I want to say, well, I'm not going to say specifically where it's at because that might be something I can like kind of manipulate later. But it is in my head. It's in there and it's visible, and like you can kind of like feel part of it poking out. Sorry if that's like too graphic, but in a confrontation, hunters, my sister's matching That stone is used as a projectile and lodges in my skull, where it remains. You are driven into hiding in an unpeopled wasteland. Lose any stationary resources. Done. Learn a new skill related to this desolate region. What new name comes to you in loneliness? Okay, I'm going to say that I am driven into Russia. So I'm driven out to like a tundra wasteland. Oh, perfect. I'm adding it to this memory. A stone that feels strangely like the stone I still have tucked in my tattered clothing is used to harm me. The injury, so startling and terrifying, I flee to land of the Rus. Frozen waste. A new skill. I'm gonna say my skill is burrowing and fortifying snow. Because that's the only way I can protect myself from the blizzards and windstorms. And then a new name. Let's pick a new name, everyone. Let's see. What name should we look for? Oh, I gotta refresh this. Okay. Should we do like Russian names, or should it be like, I don't even know, because I feel like at this point I haven't known what my name is for a long time, right? Because I struck out the memory of like my heritage and my name a long time ago. Alexander, that's kind of cool. I'm just kind of feeling like, I think, okay, here's what I'm thinking, so you guys can help me brainstorm. I feel like it should be a name that's like not necessarily culturally related. Maybe it could even be something like a noun or a verb, just like some part of my day-to-day language, or you know, like something that represents this place of outcast, or of exile and loneliness. Like what about like a battlefield? Oh, whoa! Did you guys know they had like whole like descriptions like that on here, not just like names? Oh, description generators. That's what it's called. That's what it's called, Cody. Okay. Let's see. Thing. Hold on a second. No, that's what I'm gonna do. Thing. Because here's how the thing has Nordic roots, like all thing, and all thing is like a gathering of people. So like all people at the thing. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, double meaning, like she's Norse. That was her culture, even if she doesn't remember that anymore. And thing just being like, just a thing. It's so nameless. It's so nothing. I love that. That was a really good pull. We're using that one. My name is Thing. I love that. Okay. Do another little roll. Got a 6 and an 8. So moving forward to, what prompt was that? 7 or 16? 18. Ooh. Oh, this is terrible. Okay. Okay. I didn't do any research on Nordic stuff. I also wasn't born with it. This is embarrassing. All of my knowledge about Nordic culture is oh shit, is it not scrolling? Sorry. All of my knowledge about Nordic culture is from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So all of this is like context clues. They don't really talk about there, that should update now. They don't really talk about like the source of names, but like they like refer to like all thing. And I was like, wait a second, like that sounds like, and there's different words that they use as well regularly that are really connected to words that we use now in a different context, but obviously like the root is the same. Like it makes sense that what the root was. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like the Assassin's Creed games, especially the newer ones, went to a ton of work to get their research right. So I feel like that's not the worst place for me to be sourcing my stuff. But anyways, that's how I know it. Sorry, this one's not scrolling either. I don't know why. Freaking, I'm still figuring out OBS, you guys. So if anything's like not scrolling and I haven't noticed, please let me know. I'll get that updated. Okay. You have fed too long in one place, destroying a community or social group. Who were they? How did the last community member die? Gain a scavenged resource, lose a resource. This is really sad. Okay, hold on. We're going to do a little bit of Wikipedia work here because I want to look up. Whoa, that's not the right one. There we go. Let's see. Russian. Like, do the Russians have like indigenous groups in Russia? Oh, this is exciting. Oops. Sorry, I'm not paying your bills, Wikipedia. Like, it doesn't, I guess it's not like super important. Oh, there's so many. Oh my god. Okay, wait. We've got Spanish, British, and American, so not all of these are like... Oh, here we go. Indigenous groups. Often in a hazardous climatic environment while adapting to the modern world. Okay, small indigenous peoples. Let's see. Okay, that says the location. Well, I wish I knew more about, oh. Oh, wow! Oh, we've got maps. Oh, amazing. Okay. So I'm gonna find, I wanna find a place that's further west in Russia. and say that that's the people that... We're getting real specific. And this is something, by the way, that is encouraged in the gameplay. It's not quite west. Okay, we're gonna go with this one because they have an old Russian term, the Vogels. So switching back. I find myself near to a small village. The roofs. The Vogels. It is hard luck that I am so hungry, but I do my best not to kill them too quickly. The last community member is an old man. And it's strange because I feel that I recognize him, which doesn't make any sense because I've never known a man like this. A man who is missing a leg and whose face is bearded. But I recognize him all the same. And it feels strange and terrible the way that he looks at me. He seems to know what his fate is. He seems unsurprised that I have found him at last. And he looks at me. And he says something in a language that I don't understand. I kill him very quickly. And I leave this bone-handled knife that I've kept with me all this time. I leave it on the grave that I dig for him. Even though I know it will be lost to the snow before long. The resource that I scavenge is a collapsible, transportable tent used by nomadic Russian clans. This is a really fun game, you guys. This is really sad, but it's really fun. Okay, I'm gonna roll again. All right, so we've got a 1, or a 5 and a 1. So we're gonna go back 4 spaces, 4 prompts. Back to 14. Okay, so we're back to this one that I couldn't do last time because it didn't have an enemy character or any friends. Oh boy. Okay, an enemy character uses a lost resource to turn your few friends against you. Check 3 skills. Oh, sorry if I just hit the mic. Check 3 skills to regain the resource, or check 1 skill to barely survive. Which former friend did you kill? Where do you flee? I don't have any friends. Lost resource. This is just like not a friendly prompt. Because I don't have any friends. The head gem, but that's not one of my resources. It was my sister's. And it's part of the mark, and I can't get rid of my marks. Which former friend did you kill? Are you guys gonna be mad at me if I skip this one again? I feel like it's not setting me up to be able to answer this one. Like, I don't have, like, the lost resources I have is a hand loom, the bone knife, and a cave. And I don't know how anybody would use that to turn people against me. Okay, Poison, I'm going with your answer. All right, yeah, I'm gonna roll again. I'll go back to 18. Please don't put me on 14 again. The game should serve the story as much as the story should serve the game. Yeah, I agree. Okay, all right, great. I promise, like, I'm not trying to cheat. I'm not trying to like skip anything important. Okay, so we rolled a 6 and a 4, so that's another negative number. That's a -2. So we're gonna go to 16. Oh shit. Back on 16. We've already done this one twice. So, returning to civilization, you wreak a terrible vengeance upon the hapless descendants of your harassers. Songs will be sung of their suffering for 1,000 years. Oh, hell yeah. Historians will use that as a benchmark for evil. Create a mortal character that was innocent and good until you exacted your toll. Do not actually write down what acts you committed against these people. Oh boy. Okay. Alrighty, so... So after killing this old man, something is torn open inside of me. And it's something that I don't understand. The pain feels almost worse than what I remember from when I was initially transformed. The burning, the hunger, the rage, the feeling of needing to scream, to voice my agony, feels like a whisper compared to what I feel now. I return to civilization from the wasteland. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit here because I scavenged a resource when I was at that nomadic village after I killed that man. But I had something else in mind, and I didn't do it. But I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna say that this is actually the resource that I took, which was the fur robe that the man wore when I killed him. Still stained with his blood. So, let's see. I'm going to use this memory and say I return to civilization from my frozen exile, filled with a rage and a fury I do not understand, that I cannot contain. take life. In a way never before. In a way I didn't know I could. I'm going to create a mortal. Oh man. Through sheer coincidence, her name is Astrid. A 10-year-old girl who hid from my wrath and survived the slaughter that will be remembered until the end of recorded history. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. This is so terrible and awful. Are we having a good time, everyone? Is anybody traumatized yet? Please say no. And if you are, I'm so sorry. Make it worse. Okay, I can do that. Bowens, don't even worry. We're just vibing. Just evil vibes. We can do worse. We can do worse. Okay, let's do it. Let's do worse. Let's see what we got. Let's see what the story has for us. Rolling the dice. Oh boy, we're gonna jump. So this is 10 minus 1. So we're going forward 9 places. It's 25. Okay, let's see. Your methods for acquiring victims are no longer effective. What has changed? Lose a resource and create a skill which describes your new feeding techniques. Okay, so I'm going to lose the servitors of the lineage. They have been infiltrated by the descendants of Ivan the Hunter. So the cult has been all but stamped out at this point. No, you know what? I'm gonna say this might not take. This might not be able to be like, I can't like pull this into the story, but I'm gonna say that Astrid has made it her life goal to destroy me so effectively that she has generated her own following, her own cult. She has become a legend in her own right. I would say it's more of a Nosferatu vampire, less Edward Cullen. She has created this sort of legendary status for herself, not even like on purpose, just because her hatred for me is so intense, it is so powerful. And she is the only survivor of one of the most horrific, like, killings in all of history. So the servitors, okay, here we go. The servitors of the lineage have been hunted and eradicated by Astrid and her followers, because Astrid refuses to allow people to worship someone like me when she saw the kind of horror that I was capable of. So your methods for acquiring victims are no longer effective. So I used to just like have the servitors at my beck and call, and anywhere I went I was able to find them because we like I had a specific method of tracking them down and getting them to offer me things. So I really didn't have to do a ton of hunting. I haven't had to do a lot of hunting for like the majority of my life. I know how. I was obviously able to like hunt down those nomadic villagers and kill every single one of them. So it's not outside of my realm of ability, but it's not as easy as it once was because I no longer have my servitors. So what has changed? So that's what's changed. No longer have my cult because Astrid and her hunters have all but wiped them out. So now I have to create a skill that describes my new feeding techniques. I'm gonna say, hunting and gathering technique. So I take what I learned on in the Russian wasteland of tracking down small groups of traveling nomads, and just picking them off because they're usually poorly armed, not very well organized. They're travelers first and foremost, and everything else secondary. So they're easy enough prey. It's not like an established village or a city where, you know, people notice when other people go missing and can, you know, disseminate this like missing persons news or whatever. So my new technique is just picking off nomadic tribes. Which is shitty and mean, but it's just kind of who I am. Alright, get another roll in here. We've got a 10 and a 4, so that's 6. So we're moving on to 31. Oh boy! You fall into a deep slumber for 100 years. Strike out any mortal characters. Oh man, hold on a second. I'm forgetting to make new experiences. Let's see. Groups, picking them off one by one. Okay, so I fall into a deep slumber for 100 years. Rest in fucking pieces to Ivan and Astrid. Goodbye. Yeah, Astrid's gone. She did. Cause they just got old. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to strike out another memory. Sad. Okay, I'm gonna strike out my memories of my sister and her lineage and all that jazz and create a new memory. So I fall into my slumber and I forget all about my sister. You guys, do we really want to make this about lesbians when I kill, like, everyone I meet? Like, we can, and if the opportunity arises, I will. However, be careful what you wish for, okay? Alright, rolling again. Tragic Yuri, you guys are crazy. Alright, we've got a 5 and a 2, so that's 3. So we're moving ahead to 34. Okay. You destroy something important to you in a purposeless rage, lose a precious memory, or destroy a resource. What resources do I have? Oh, uh-oh. It's about that time. Okay. So, upon waking from my century-long slumber, I know that something has been lost, meaning the memory of my sister. I fly into a rage. Nearly collapsing the cave around me. And when I crawl from the rubble, the stone that I have carried with me for as long as I can remember is gone. Hi Tracy, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have not forgotten about our sister 5 times. Okay. All right. Rolling the dice. Boy, we got 6. Moving up to 40. 40. Okay. No, I don't think we've forgotten about our sister. I think, what? Wait, hold on a second. No, because they just used the stone that my sister carried around to hurt me, and that's the thing that's like in my head. But I guess I did kind of forget her, huh? Well, now I officially forget her. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry for messing that up. I love how I've like totally forgotten to put the prompts down here. Although I will say, like, this is the way that I'm playing it is a much faster version. That, like, if you're doing the prompts and putting them separately and then creating like an experience for each of the prompts, that's like the long form version, and that can take days to finish playing. So I figure we don't have that kind of time. Oh, let's see. How do you conceal yourself while you sleep? What steps have you taken for protection? Check a skill and create a resource. Create a mortal servant character if you like. Okay. All right. We're gonna like do something with this. I'm gonna say I am so tired of wandering that I take up residence in like an old house. Let's see. Yeah, what was her name, you guys? What was it? Don't cheat. Can you remember? Because neither can my character. Okay, so I am going to, what year is it? Let's say, how many centuries has it entailed? I'm gonna say it's been like 2.5. I'm not gonna scroll up. Asa, you got it. I don't know if you cheated or not, but credit to Paratrix. Yeah, let's say it's approximately 1200. I don't even know where I am because I left Russia and I came back to, let's say I went back to France. Mercia, whatever it's called at this point. And I am going to find an old mansion, secluded, abandoned mansion. Let's say it's not abandoned. Forgotten. Forgotten by the family that owns it. So it's like one of those things where it's like really, really old money. And, you know, they've got lots of estates, lots of houses, and this is one that just hasn't been tended to in a while. And I know that because I've spent several years casing the place because I really don't want to have to bother with, like, people who want to kick me out. It's one of the Kierman's mansions, that's what it is. So once I'm certain that it's not being used, but it's like still vaguely attended to, so it's not just like totally falling apart, I move in. So that's my new resource. I'm going to check a skill. I'm gonna say that I've like used my siren song to ward off anybody who would like stop me. No, it's not moldy. It's nice-ish. Maybe it's a little dusty. And then I do want to create a mortal servant character because I don't have any mortals on my list, and whatever are we going to do? So, everybody, are we ready? Let's think of... Hold on a second, everyone. I don't think you guys are gonna like this. I don't think it's gonna go well. Amélie Godin is a young groundskeeper for the mansion who seems strangely unafraid of my presence. And she agrees to stay on when I move in. So, you know, we'll see what comes of that. Let's make an experience. Okay, I gotta forget another memory so I can make one. Let's see. Okay, should I get rid of memory 2 or memory 4? Cause I'm like, either way, See, I told you guys. And this is only the beginning. Nothing has even happened to her yet. Okay, I think 4 is the right answer too. Okay. Sorry, you're too slow, Paratrix. But I was leaning towards 4. I think that's the one. I think we're crossing all that out because, and I think that it makes sense that like 2 was a longer time ago. I agree, but because I think that I want her to still remember the slaughter that she committed from that 3rd experience within that memory. And I think with memory 4, having lost her mother's stone, it's like, you know, like I just lost the stone, and so now there's like nothing really left to tie me to her. And so like all I can remember now is like, you know, the memories of my mother are like slowly fading away. So I think 4 is the right pick for that. So memory 8. I grow tired of wandering and find an unused mansion in which to live. That's her name, right? Amelie? Yeah, okay. The young groundskeeper, Amelie, agrees to continue working for me, somehow unafraid of everything I am. She did lose her stone. So that happened here in memory 7. So I fell asleep for a century. The prompt was, you fly into oh wait. The prompt was just you fly into like a pointless rage, and then I had to strike out a resource. So the resource that I lost in my rage was the stone. Alrighty, new prompt. Boy, we are like jumping ahead. So we got a 3 and a 10, so that's 7. 46. Damn it. The world has evolved in ways you can't comprehend, causing you to lose a good amount of wealth. What happened? Check a skill, create a skill that will hopefully prevent this happening again. Lose a resource. No, I want to stay in the mansion a little bit longer. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna get a different prompt. So I feel like at this point, like, losing my mansion would be the only thing that makes sense. I got a 2 and a 2, so that keeps me on the same prompt. Ooh. Oh boy, let's see. Okay. You are approached by a supernatural character unknown to you. They take you on a bizarre journey, or perhaps a bizarre adventure, then offer you spiritual solace in exchange for a terrible pledge. What do they demand? Will you accept? And if you accept, gain a skill. Ooh. Okay, no, this is good. This is great. Let's see. Yeah, it was a JoJo reference. I don't know anything about JoJo except that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, so I just wanted to throw that out there for you anime heads out there. Okay, I'm thinking this through. Okay, all right, you guys. I'm about to give the host what they want. I am approached by no, it's not edamame again. Because it's unknown to me, and I've already encountered edamame. Okay, here we go. So I am approached by a demon. He finds me in my home. No doubt, me having been in one place for such a long time has allowed my essence to seep into the land around me and summoned a creature as dark and foul as myself. What journey does he take me on? He walks me back to the scene of the slaughter that I committed. And makes me witness the pain that the people experienced. And these are things I remember. These are things that have kept me from sleeping. The rage that filled me took my mind from me. And when I committed these atrocities, or rather after I committed them, I did not have a feeling of fulfillment or joy. I was plagued by what I had done and am to this day. The demon offers me peace. He offers to take this memory from me. in exchange for Amelie's soul. And I refuse. I refuse what he asks. And it infuriates him. I know. I can tell that he wants her. And I can tell that he has tried to take her before. And I refuse it. I refuse what he asks. And I feel strange that I am the person that he's able to ask because Amelie has pledged her service to me. But I didn't know that she had pledged her soul to me as well. It must have been something that she did in private or something that she did without even realizing. But in asking me for her soul, the demon has proved that she does belong to me, for better or worse. And with that realization, there comes this old, strange feeling of remembering how to protect. And it's a feeling that I have not experienced. It's a feeling that I have not fed in a very, very, very long time. And after the demon is gone, after he vanishes in his cloud of smoke, trying to pretend that he is not as angry as he is, I am grateful to return home and to find Amelie safe in the gardens. Okay, so let's write that one down. Yeah, definitely nothing bad is gonna happen to Amelie. Definitely nothing bad, you guys. Everything is totally fine. Oh, I'm scared. Okay. Okay, cool. So I rolled a 1 and a 1, which is a 0, which keeps me on. The Shrek that will be shrugged? I don't know what that means. But I probably agree with you. So I'm on the same one. I'm on the same prompt, but I'm just on the third section of it. Well, if you have a permit, then all is well. So this one is: the potent beings which populate the spaces beyond sight have been revealed to you, and nothing will ever be the same again. Let this bizarre world heavily influence the rest of your game. Take the skill I see in between. Ooh boy. Let's see. I see in between. Surely that is not going to go badly. Surely. Alright, rolled a 6 and a 5, so that is a -1. Oh, this is sad. Age has damaged your diary. Strike out 3 nouns from the memories in your diary, starting from the oldest entry. If you have no diary, do this to the first 3 nouns in a memory of middling age. So there is a way for me to make a diary if I want to. I just have not been making a diary because I forgot. I forgot I could do that. So no diary. Memory of middling age. Let's see. What's middling age? Oh, I see in between, just kind of like in between worlds. So like I can see in the in between space between like the afterlife and this life. Like it's I think it's vague on purpose, but basically that I am now aware of and have been witness to like these supernatural beings, that it's like not necessarily mortals or immortals, it's something different, you know, that like demons are not like as real as vampires, so to speak. They're like on a spiritual plane as opposed to a physical plane. So that's kind of what that means. That's my interpretation. I have no idea if that's correct, but that's what I'm taking from it. Okay, I have to middling. Okay, striking out the first 3 nouns. Okay, I'm not gonna do the first 3. I'm going to choose the ones that I do. I'm striking out mortals, I'm striking out home, and I'm striking out stone. And I think that's sad. Yeah, kind of like a medium. Oh, it doesn't say first? Yeah, it does. Well, it says strike out 3 nouns from your diary, but if you don't have a diary, which I don't, it says strike out the first 3 nouns of a memory. So that's what I was doing, but I'm not doing the first 3 anyways, so suck it, Tim. That's his name. Alrighty. Rolling again. I've got a 2. No. Your body is distant from human concerns. Lose a memory slot. Erase your oldest extant name. Okay. What does extant mean? Hold on a second. I'm Googling it. Oh, still existing. Oh, still existing, not destroyed or lost. That makes sense. Okay, well, I don't really have a name at the moment. I don't have a name because I was thing and then nothing. I have not been instructed to rename myself, so I haven't done it. Okay, so now I have to lose a memory slot, which means I have to lose the memories, but then I think that means that I don't gain another slot. That's really sad. So I'm going to say, I'm going to cross out this one. So I have now forgotten. I've forgotten when I was turned. And I don't remember the name or who changed me. And I don't remember my earliest days after having been changed. I am going to take a liberty here and give myself a new name. Okay. I've forgotten my very beginning. Who changed me? And why? And what happened after? And with those memories have gone, all names I ever knew. Amelie gives me a new one. What name does Amelie give me? Every vampire goes through this. Yeah, it's no big deal. It's not a tragedy or anything. It's totally run of the mill. What name does Amelie give me? Yeah, Amelie calls me Felice. And Felice, for anyone wondering, means lucky or fortunate. Alrighty, rolling. Got a 6 and an 8, that's 2. Whoa. Whoa. 43. She is mad wrong. We're turning over a new leaf, Gabby. We are turning over a new leaf. From this point forward, my life is going to be different. Everything's going to be so good. Okay, you have archaic ways in spite of your focus on blending in. Create a resource based on a checked skill that reflects this. A resource based on a checked skill? Oh, this is actually really cute. Okay. I'm going to do... I have a full-sized weaving loom in my parlor. And it is an ancient weaving loom. At this point, it's still the 1200s, so it's like not super far off, but like it is a 200-year-old loom. So, oh, suck. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have to... I'm canceling out this memory. Goodbye. Starting a new one. So... in my free time, I enjoy weaving at my loom. I feel somehow distantly connected to a mother I barely remember. Amelie tells me she's never seen a loom like this one. But she doesn't seem to mind. Oh, it's not moving. Son of a bitch. Sorry, thank you. Fixing that. Restarting the capture. Okay, how's that? Bye, Bree. Sorry, you're probably already gone. But bye, thanks for coming. All right. Rolling the dice. We got a 2 and a 2, so we're on the prompt, the same prompt. Ooh, swap around the proper nouns between two memories. Do not create an experience about this. Oh. Oh no, I don't have any proper nouns. Like, I don't have more than one. Oh, between two memories. Wait, is it still not moving? Oh, suck. Hold on a sec. I don't know why it's doing that. How about now? Oh, the game prompts. Sorry, I don't know why it times it out like this. I don't know why it like requires a restart so often. Okay, that should be going now. The source is a window capture. Okay, the prompt should be updated now. The swap around the proper nouns between two memories. Okay, good. I don't know that I have like a significant enough. Oh no. No, I think I do. Yeah, well, sorry, I'll try to figure that out for my next stream, but just keep reminding me if it times out. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so I'm swapping out proper nouns between two memories. So, the swapped memories now are, there was a demon who was the most skilled weaver in our clan, and she taught me all she knew, including every song that she had ever heard. My mother comes to me, and after reminding me of the sins of my historical slaughter that have plagued me ever since I committed them, promises to take that memory from me if I will give Amelie to her, and I refuse. So, that's kind of sad. Moving on. We've got a 5 and a 4, so that's a -1, so we're backing up. 2. 42. What piece of contemporary technology can you not interact with due to your vampire nature? How did your first encounter with this technology almost get you destroyed? Check a skill. Okay, we gotta Wikipedia this one. Make sure that's awake. Okay. So, let's see. Let's just look up the 1200s. Why not? Let's see if they talk about the technological advances. Byzantine Empire, Europe. Was the telephone invented in the 1200s? No. That was way after that, wasn't it? Wait a second. Battles. This is like the Crusades. Oh, did they invent... Let's see. Technology. Okay, well that's not helpful. Describes many mechanical inventions. Okay, great. Alright, we're gonna look up the Book of Knowledge of Ingenious Mechanical Devices. This is cool. Let's see. Water clocks. Crankshaft. Crank pins into motion. Let's see, mechanical controls. Ooh, I'm gonna say... Okay. I don't know. I don't know that there's like a that there's a piece of technology that like hang on one second. Oh yeah. Okay, the 1200s was when they started using like gunpowder. So I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna say that I went and like attempted again to hunt a few like nomadic, like another nomadic, no, that thing is not updating. Another nomadic clan the way that I used to. And they have guns now. So they almost like blew my head off, and I might be immortal, but that would probably do a number on me. So let's see. So I try to return to my hunting roots when I grow restless and attempt to track down another band of wandering nomads one night while Amelie sleeps. The nomads are in possession of firearms. And I am so badly wounded. I am not sure whether Amelie will be able to put me back together. Okay. Bye, Poison. Thanks for tuning in. No, Amelie is in the dark. She is not aware of the stuff we're doing because we don't want her to know. So we keep that to ourselves. Okay, we've got another roll. We've got a 4 and a 9, so that's a 5, taking us up to 47. Was this the one that I... Yes. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm going to take a brief break. I think I need to grab a snack and revitalize myself. So I'll be back. Everyone else, please feel free. I might do like, we can say like 10 minutes and then meet back here. So I'll be back. Please stand by. Okay, I am back here. I am just going to, I was Googling to try to find a fix on why those screens are freezing. I think it might be a Mac problem. So awesome. But I'm gonna see if I can fix it. If it's a quick fix, I'll do it, but if it's not, then I won't worry about it. Let's see. Sorry, this is gonna be a little bit messy for a second. Okay, so that one's working. Let's see. Okay. So that, having any issues? You did not miss anything. I was just trying to get a fix on this. Sorry, one moment. Okay, I'm hoping this is gonna be a fix. If it's not, please keep an eye out. Let me know if it does freeze again. Okay, hello. I love you, little fairy. Welcome. Yes, feel free to listen while studying. This is good. Body doubling. All right, are we back, everybody? Ready to fucking jam? I've decided I'm going to skip prompt 47 again, because again, I am staying in someone else's mansion. I don't think that makes me wealthy. So, I was looking at the neighboring prompts. I'm gonna go with 46. I think this one is gonna work a little bit better for the situation that I'm in. I'm ready to forget and kill characters. Yes, we're ready. We're locking in to forget and kill everyone. Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4? Okay, I do have 4 memory slots. Alrighty. Okay. So, prompt 46. You are exposed and flee to a far-off land. Convert any stationary resource to a new resource representing portable cash or treasure. What name do you travel under? What profession do you claim when you come to rest? This is gonna be interesting, I think. So, so the house wasn't even mine. But I'm gonna say that Amelie helped me to like forge the ownership papers because she like knew the owners and like had that information on hand, and that she was like able to get that stuff for us, and so we were able to sell the mansion that we didn't own. So I'm converting the house to what am I converting it to? Portable cash or treasure? Is a deed like that? Can it be like converted into? No, that's not. That's like a land contract or something. I'm just going to say that we have like sold the house and we now have a little or a sizable satchel? No. It's like a large handbag. It's like a large sizable pouch. Pouch is the word I was looking for of precious gems. And I'm gonna say we sell the loom as well. I feel like that's too big to transport. Like, if we get exposed, I'm not gonna be able to haul around a loom. So I'm gonna scratch that out and say that it was exchanged for a trunk of fine clothing for Amelie. So we gotta keep our girl looking nice. She's gotta look nice. So we are ousted. I am forced to sell the loom along with the mansion in which has blossomed my love for Amelie. When I am discovered on one of my hunts. Amelie reassures me that a new start will be good for us. I try to ignore the growing abundance of white in her hair. I travel as Elise. What's her last name? Godon? My aunt. We love an age gap romance. Even though it's not the age gap we think it is. I travel as... What skills do I even have? I'm a medium. You know what? Sure, we'll be the crazy lesbians. And I'm gonna say going to London. is it even? I feel like I've like really fucked up the time periods on these. No, hold on a second. Where do I want to go? We're going to Greece. As a medium, fuck it. Yeah, I can see in between. I look a reasonable age. Like, Felice, whatever her name is now, looks like she's still 29. Anomaly is getting up there in years, unfortunately. Because humans age, and that's sad. Okay, rolling for a new prompt. Let's see. I got a 5 and a 6, so that's a 1. For the love of God, I don't want to do 47. No. No, I'm not doing 47. 47 is my enemy now. Just like on principle, I feel like I can't do it. So I'm gonna re-roll. Okay, got a 3 and a 9, so it's a 6. And that is a 52. Oh, I love this! The beauty of the dawn calls to you. Create an additional memory slot dedicated to beauty, nature, or peace. Oh! You know what? This is fucking perfect. I actually love this. New memory slot. Let's fucking go. Okay. I can't spell. Mediterranean. I knew there was a double in there somewhere. Oh my god, it is Agent 47. Fuck. That's why I can't fucking escape it. How do you guys like that for some Yuri? Amelie was right. The change has been good for us. The Mediterranean Sea is a shining jewel in the morning sun. Its radiance almost matches the beauty of my Amelie. Hi Leah, welcome. Welcome from Reddit, and I'm glad you've enjoyed my audios. We're experiencing romantic Yuri at the moment, so you've arrived at just the right time. All right, we got a 5 and a 4 on the next roll. That's a -1, so we're backing it up. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to what's gonna go down with Amelie. Okay, so this next one, a little bit of a sharp turn. When you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature bereft of intellect. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. Okay. Bye. Goodbye to remembering that Amelie was the one who named me Felice. Yeah, we're gonna eat her. We already have, probably. More than once. if you know what I mean. Sorry, that was stupid. That was a dumb joke. Ooh, we got another negative. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I swear to God, if this takes me back to 47. I got a 5 and a 1, so it's a -4. Why can't I do math? Is that... Are you fucking serious? 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus fucking Christ. Why is this happening to me? Why does 47 keep coming back? This is so annoying. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're finally in a place where we can actually do this. So, question 47. The world has evolved in ways you can't comprehend, causing you to lose a good amount of wealth. What happened? Check a skill, create a skill that will hopefully prevent this happening again. Lose a resource. Okay. All right, so I'm going to say I'm going to check off the I see in between skill because that's what I've been using to like do my medium shit. Sorry, Sapphire, for distracting you from studying, but I'm also not that sorry because this is an interesting story. So I'm gonna say that I gave the wrong session to the wrong person. I told a wealthy politician, let's say, that his infidelities would soon be made known to his wife. It wasn't meant to be a threat. I was just conveying the messages that I was able to see in my medium trance. And he leveraged the power that he has to take me for everything that I was worth. So we lost our gold and jewels that we got from the mansion sale. And I'm going to create a skill that will hopefully prevent this happening again. My skill is going to be... it's gonna be listening to my wife, who I am not married to, because Amelie had a very bad feeling about this politician. But I was thinking in terms of wealth and taking care of Amelie and getting her something nice, and so I took the politician's patronage and because he was going to give me a lot of money for it. and all this happened, and we lost way more than we were going to gain from me being a medium to him. So from now on, I will be doing a much better job of listening to her. My mediumship gets me into trouble when I give a wealthy politician a reading that he's unhappy with. He uses his power to take us for nearly everything we own. including the riches we obtained. The sale of the mansion. Bummer. Okay. Hopefully 47 will leave us alone now. Alright, got a 2 and a 4. So moving ahead 2 spaces. What simple, practical skill proves invaluable in your strange existence? How did you learn it? Create a skill. Ooh, I know this one. Let's see. I'm gonna have to clear out a memory. I'm gonna keep memory too. I'm gonna keep memory too because I am saying that she is holding on to this memory of hurting so many people so horrifically for as long as possible. So I'm going to get rid of this one. I no longer remember losing the stone. I no longer remember losing the memories. I no longer remember the time when I was shot and almost died. So instead of that, I'm going to say that I am a polyglot. I know a lot of languages, and I have taught myself many languages. It proves invaluable, obviously, because I can talk to many people in many places, and I have ended up traveling a lot because I lived for a long time, and there's a lot of places you can go. And I... honestly, cooking for a wife is a really good one, but I'm going with languages because ever since I killed that man, that Russian nomad, I didn't understand what he said to me. That has stayed with me and haunted me. Do I even have that memory anymore? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that me going back, like, I remember killing that man, and I remember him saying something to me that I didn't know, I didn't understand. So ever since then, I have been extremely studious about learning new languages, and so that's how I have that skill. I have learned and continue to learn a great many languages. The death of the Russian nomad, his dying words, still haunt my dreams, and I am determined never to hear another word spoken that I cannot understand. Okay. Got a 5 and a 10, so we're moving ahead 5 spaces. We're moving to 54. Oop, 53. Let's see. Your strange accent and old ways always reveal you as an outsider, mocked and cheated at best or hated at worst. Smother these useless traits by converting an old memory to a new skill for blending in. Ooh. Let's see. An old memory. I don't have very many old memories. Oh, I have to convert it? Meaning I have to lose it? Shit. Huh. Okay. Well, I think I have to forget this one. But hold on a second. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and lose that memory. I have forgotten the slaughter. So I've forgotten the slaughter and my time of no longer being able to sing, only being able to scream. And in losing those memories, I have somehow remembered something else about myself. And I spend my days, my free time, with, hold on, Googling something really fast. Ooh. Playing music on a harp. I've begun playing music on a harp. Songs that have an origin. I can't remember, but they feel familiar, often move Amelie to tears. So I can play music now. I'm a musician. Because I converted these memories of the songs that I lost into actually being able to play them again. Oh my god, turning into Sappho. You are right. You are right about that. This is Sappho's origin story. Okay. Rolling again. Got a 2 and an 8, so that's a 6. So move ahead to 60. 59. Whoop. Oh no. Okay. Check a skill to avoid arrest as a criminal. What happened? Who was arrested in your place? Create a mortal character if necessary. Oops. Check a skill. We might become a rock star, who knows? Okay. I'm going to check the polyglot skill. And I'm going to say, Okay, I'm trying to think of like what crime would I have committed? If would it just be murder? Or I don't know. I feel like Amelie has set me on the straight and narrow, and so I only kill for like to feed now. Okay, I'm gonna say that I was feeding on someone privately in the dark, and I was caught halfway through feeding. Oh, they thought I was a spy. Hold on. Okay, hold on a second. That's kind of cool. Ooh. Oh, you guys. Okay. Oh, these are good ideas. Let's see. Get back to the politician or thought a spy. I feel like I could like tie in that. But I'm trying to think of how like the language aspect would like Good night, Spookster. Thanks for hanging out. Oh man, these are really good ideas, you guys, but I'm like, like how do we like tie this in? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you guys are cooking. You guys are cooking. Okay, I'm gonna keep the politician thing in mind. I feel like this could like tie in. But yeah, I'll say oh man, I'm like I feel like my brain is like melting a little bit from like filling all these prompts. Okay. I know. See, I like that. I like the idea of like bringing the politician into it and that like he is actually corrupt. But I'm just trying to figure out how my multi-language abilities would tie into that. Okay, wait a second. So, okay, here we go. All right, so I am trying to regain my wealth because at the end of the day, I have my beloved Amelie to care for, and I'm angry and humiliated that the politician took my money and you know took our comforts from us. So I am cutting a deal with an acquaintance that I have, let's say in France. And I am basically using the politician as collateral, where it's like I can, because I know these secrets that he has, right? That I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone that he was cheating on his wife. I didn't tell anyone these other things that I heard, that I saw, because I had this in-between skill and this mediumship. But now I have that information, and now I know what to do with it. So I essentially blackmail the politician. But I because I have like knowledge of so many languages fluently, and I keep that knowledge to myself, I'm able to forge several different documents of like back and forth between this politician and my contact. So at the end of the day, when it all starts falling apart, like they are coming, like they would have been there to arrest me, but I was able to lead them a trail of letters and evidence, etc., to the politician's house, and essentially framing the politician for all of this. And I get my money, and the politician goes to jail. Yeah, good work, you guys. I think that's what I'm gonna go with, and it can involve like spy stuff. Like I don't know like what the specifics are, but that's a general idea. So I'm checking the polyglot skill. What's his name? What's this asshole's name? Let's look at the name generators. Let's make sure that capture is active. So I keep pulling up. Crumpleton. We do get Amelie a new outfit. We get her a lot of stuff. I'm gonna go with Stephanos. Cosmotis. Or Meliades. Encompasses his ugly nature. That's right. You know what? You're right. Stephanos is too handsome. What about Phokionis? Phokionis? I'm gonna do that one. That's his name now. Phokionis. So he's a corrupt politician who I frame for treachery against the state. And he is arrested and sent to jail. Rest in fucking pieces. Phokionis. Alright, next prompt. Got a 6 and a 9, so we're jumping ahead to 63. Let's see. How do you provide for your banal material needs? Record an experience about the time this went wrong. Check a skill. What's like... I'm not feeling that one. I'll be totally honest. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna try a different one. Got a 1 and a 3, so we got a 2, 62. Oh. Okay, hold on 1 second, you guys. You realize that some ancient taboo or limitation you believed in no longer applies. What circumstances prompted this discovery? How does this make your existence more satisfying? Huh. Change one checked or unchecked skill in a way that's relevant. Okay, well, let's see. I feel like I don't have very many skills that are like applicable as a vampire. Wait, oh, hold on, are we talking about feminism as the ancient taboo or limitation? Because that would be a hilarious thing for you to say. Well, listen, brother, we are still in the 1200s, and we have to stay in the 1200s, otherwise Amelie is gonna die. So so I don't think feminism started for a while. I don't know, we might have locked ourselves in a little too hard on our wife, but also there's no such thing. Okay, ancient taboo. I don't know. I don't think this applies. I'm gonna go back. And try to get a new prompt because I just don't. Or let me see if there's another. Oh, here we go. Okay, this one's better. I'm gonna do the second prompt for this one. You discover a point of weakness where you were once strong. What have the ages taken from you? What causes this condition? Lose a checked skill. Okay. I'm going to say so it used to be that well, hold on. I'm trying to think of what I remember about myself. Oh wait, sorry, we didn't make notes about the politician thing, did we? No, wait. Oh yes, we did. Okay, sorry guys. Okay. So, I remember being strong. I remember that there was a bravery to me before I was changed. Since I have been changed, my lack of fear has been due to my strength and due to how difficult it is to kill me. And I know that I am difficult to kill. But now, my Amelie has grown old and frail. And I fear that there is nothing I can do. There is no strength. There is no protection that I can offer her to keep her with me. Except what someone did to me long ago. So long ago I cannot remember. But still I know the effect it had. I know that it kept me alive when I should have been dead. Amelie is my weakness because if anything comes for me, she lies in harm's way. But time itself has become my greatest enemy. And I know I am running out of time to make a decision. But I don't know if I can subject the love of my life to such pain. So instead, the fear of loss eats me alive. So I'm checking off the unafraid of confrontation skill. I'm glad the music is in sync, because I can't hear the music on my side, but I'm glad that's working. Oh golly, what do? We have to write down another experience. And we're running out of memories. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, have I not created another memory slot? Did I forget to create a memory slot? Oh shit, oh no. Okay, well, I'll make one now. Wait, right? We've got 1, 2, 3. There's 4. Yeah, okay. Memory 12. So Amelie's not dead, but she's getting there. And I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of not being able to protect her. So this one, time is swiftly passing and my Amelie grows older by the moment. I cannot protect her from this like I have been able to protect others. My strength, my bravery means nothing when it comes to the love of my life. Time is inexorable. I could only have 4 before, but then in one of the prompts it said that I was able to take a new memory slot for like beauty and appreciation of beauty. So that's what this is. So no, it's 5 again. Okay. Let's roll the next prompt. Got a 4 and an 8. 66. Okay, your knowledge is outmoded, lose an unchecked skill, which is now useless. This is like not a super difficult choice. I'm just gonna get rid of burrowing into and fortifying snow. That really didn't do much for me. I'm just gonna check that off and kind of leave it as is. Okay, hold on. I might start like, okay. The dice are on my side, you guys. I was just thinking I kind of want to go back a couple of spaces because I think the end of the prompts is approaching, which means that the game is going to end soon. And I didn't want that to happen quite yet. And I just got a -2 roll. So I am backing up. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Oh no, this is not good. Vast numbers of humans are migrating around the world. What group becomes easy to feed upon? How do you capitalize on their helplessness? Create a resource. Oh no, that's not very nice. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, there are many groups of people. Like, that's not helpful. Okay, I'm kind of curious about what the surrounding... Oh, that's what I didn't like. Oh, we already did that one. Yeah, point of weakness. Okay, alright, hold on a second. Hold on. I just don't really want to do this one. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're like, oh, like there's all these migrants you can kill, and it's like, well, I'm kind of just like an old lesbian in love at this point. Like, I don't think that's really correct for me. Oh, there's some like good prompts. Okay. I'm gonna like freewheel this a little bit. Okay. So you guys remember how there was that cult that served me and that the lineage of my sister's children? Mortal discovers the journals of a long dead character. The journal of Henri. And they come to me. What do they seek? Gain a skill or a resource, create a mortal character. So who is this? Who is coming to me? So this is... I don't know any French names except for this one, so I'm gonna use it. His name is Gaston Vanier. And he approaches me with Henri's old journal. It has like now been discovered, rediscovered, and they simply seek the truth of what happened. Because the journal has been kind of bastardized. It's been like new notes have been taken and things have been scribbled out, and you know, cultists who owned the book changed parts of it to make things more radical, and so Gaston is seeking what is real. I'm gonna say he is a curious young scholar who brings Henri's journal to me. I mean, if you want to tell me some French names, but I've already got Gaston on the list, so so I can gain a skill or a resource. I'm going to gain the skill of lying, because like he comes to me and is like, I just want to know the truth, and he seems remarkably unafraid of me, and so I'm not going, and I have lost so many of my memories at this point, but I can tell that he doesn't know that, and he, like, because I still look young, and I am relatively young for a vampire, but so he trusts me and he believes me when I tell him what happens, even though I have no idea what happened. Let's see. So I learn to lie when Gaston arrives with Henri's journal. I read it through and have no recollection of any of the events. They may all be true or false. I choose to share truths and falsehoods with Gaston at random. Alright, rolling from here. A 4 and a 5, so taking us up to 60. Oh, so we already did this one, so we'll look at the next one. Oh no! Create an innocent mortal character. They were executed for a crime you committed. What hobby were you tinkering with the night they were put to death? Take the skill, it's none of my concern. Oh, terrible! It's none of my concern. I'm going to put this in the beauty memories. An innocent mortal character. Let's see. Nikolaus. Last name unknown.